If you're having trouble with water control and how much water to use in your brush, this is a great practice exercise. Grab your watercolors and give them a spritz. I'm going to be using a size 12 round brush. Put a whole bunch of water and a whole bunch of that color in your brush. Start by making a bit of a circle. We're working on dry paper, but we want the water in what we're making to be wet and kind of flow together. After you make a couple of the circles, wash your brush, grab a different color, and make another circle, making that bead of water around it. And then you can watch how all the colors flow together and continue to make more of these little circles. And keep an eye on the areas that are starting to dry where you need to go drop more water in. There are two parts to water control, making sure that you're using enough, but then sometimes you get a bit too much. So if you get an area that's so flooded it's threatening to go into all the other little cells, take your brush, dry it off really well, tap it where there's too much water, and your brush will help you to suck it up. You might need to do this 2 or 3 times. Since you want this to stay nice and wet while you're working on this, you could instead work in little patches across the page, kind of like this. Or if your intention is to get into a really good flow state, you could sit down and try to actually complete this in one go, all the way across the page. One of the unique things about this one is that it actually looks better when it's dry. A lot of times with watercolor exercises, they're the most spectacular while they're wet. But this one, the way the colors flow and kind of settle together is even more spectacular and revealed once it's dry.